Sunday, everybody. It's been a great weekend, and I thought that it would be a really nice way to finish it off by doing a little bit of work in the journal. I have added a few things, and I'll show you quick. I did add a few more places, a few more journal spots, some more paper that will have spots to write on. Well, I did. Where'd they all go? Oh, there's one. I must have put them kind of close together, I guess. There's some. And this little flip out wanted to just constantly flip out, so I added a little tab there, put an envelope, another journal spot, and just some papers here and there. A couple of pages I glued together and made a little pocket. And there was let's see, there were a couple of cards that we were going to put in that I forgot last time. So this one flips down, and then I've got one back here. Where'd you go? Right here. That flips up at the corner. So I just placed a few papers. So what I feel like we're really missing at the moment is we don't have any like just pages that we've just collaged on to make interesting. So I'm thinking hardware would look really cool, so I'm gonna do it here, but I think we'll collage on this. We'll cut it down the middle and then do the two pages opposite of each other and make it like one cohesive piece. So I honestly, let's see, have no idea where this is gonna go. Just thought we'd get in here and have a little fun. So where do we start? Let's see what we have that might be a fun focal point. Maybe we can make sure to use some of our little Tim Holtz snippets. I feel like these have been being neglected for a while, and maybe we should use some of those. So we'll kind of have these in our head. There's a million of them. And I have this playing card that I can't remember why. There was a reason why I didn't end up going ahead and doing the last notebook. So anyway, we can use that if we'd like. And then I thought there would be maybe some cool stuff in here that we can use. That might be kind of fun. Sewing machine, shoes, typewriters. Just grab a few things that might be cool and interesting. We could have somebody driving that car. Could do a creepy house scene. We've used this. Don't want to double up. Let's see. Okay. Let's take a peek at those and see what might be kind of cool. The house does fit. Obviously the car does as well. I'm not really feeling the car. I kind of like this. Let me do this way though. That might be cool. Throw something under there. Let's see. What might be Oops. We could have some perched birds if we want. This little guy. Could do something like that. I think we'll start. So I have this paper that I stamped back around, I don't remember, Christmas time maybe? And I just used field notes and various other stamps and just stamped some of this. So this might be, let's just plan on using a little bit of this. We're not going to be super particular about that because we want it to be just some interesting things. We're not going to use book page because the whole thing is book page. What about some of these papers? Some of these are pretty cool. Let's take a look. Or where are those other ones that I got not too terribly long ago? Let me see if I can find those. Again, here, let me pause you for a sec while I look for those. They were sitting right next to me. Of course they were. Okay, so we've got these little ones. Running out of storage. So again, continually getting new and more storage, and I keep running out. Well, not really. I just use other things. So let's see. These are all really cool. So maybe we can pick. That might be a little too bright. What's this? Telegrams. Books. Ticket. We got here in blue. It's not the exact same color, but it's not terrible either. Oh, there's a little something. There's a little something. Obviously, we don't have to use all these. That's soap. Here's a bit of ledger. That's kind of fun. I just think lots of them are really cool. All right, so there we've got some options. Let's get these other ones out of the way. I think this would look cool just as a tuck. So let's put these off to the side. There's some options. We could make us some room. Now, is there anything interesting? We said we could do a bird here. I kind of like the purple bird. But well, we could totally get that off of there without cutting his friend to bits. His friend looks kind of mean. But we don't know for sure. Let's grab our antiquarian book and see if there's anything that we would like to use along with these two that will help us pick a direction. I feel like that could be really interesting, but also creepy up here in this corner, kind of overlooking the house. Do we have any little people that we want to live in said house? We might be able to find somebody in here. I try not to get too far ahead in making too many decisions while we're doing this, so we can kind of figure it out together and have a thought process. We can walk through the thought process then together. That little lady could be riding a chicken in her front yard. Whoa. It's time to clean the desk. We could have this mailman coming. I was thinking those two could be sitting in the yard. There's a little tiny girl. Oh, I don't know. Option. Okay, let's keep it as the option. I don't think we want the guy with the snake. Do we have any other little bitty people? We could have a witch flying by. I know in the other videos, I think this fella is gonna have to be our cover, just because he's so beautiful. I feel like if we get an idea, the first choice is always the hardest. Always the hardest. She's too big. Well, it's the cherub that hatched out of the egg. I don't know, but that's who we want living in our house. We might not have to, or we might have to do some other idea about how we want that to work. Or maybe we spoke too soon and we throw a couple of these dancing ladies on the porch. Quick, speedy look to see if there's anything else that makes more sense. But I'm thinking I like that idea. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. All right, what would make most sense? It is going to be creepy. We know that. That's okay. We put a couple in the yard and a couple on the porch. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just take this out. I bought these little scissors and they're really not that great. I really like my big scissors much better. they're not horrible if you cut with the right piece of them, the right part. Okay. This might be a little bit silly. Let's get closer so we can get a better visual of our options. I think I want two of the little ones maybe on the porch. Maybe even just one. Let's see how we can do this. If we can do this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the two together. Let's see, that's somebody else's leg in that corner, so we're gonna take that off. This might be so ridiculous, guys. I can't help it. All right, now let's see if we can even get this off. Get the back off, that would be something, wouldn't it? All right, let's stick her. She's tall. Stick her right there. On this one, oh, seriously? Oops. Here, why am I not using? Hello, tweezers. Where did the tweezers go? This is the perfect opportunity to be using tweezers. Where do we want her? Up just a little higher on the steps. I think that's sticking pretty good, but look at this, is so silly. I'm gonna cut that off. They seem to be sticking fine, but she's gonna be further up on the porch. We know that's going to be going there. And where are the other ladies? So we're going to have it doesn't have to be as meticulous here. We're going to have those two. And we're going to have these two. I'm just going to cut some of those other half bodies out of the background. There. It kind of reminds me of the Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion with all of the dancers. Okay, now how do we get them to show up better? Do we want this behind them? We could go something like that. And how would they show up against this? Faux grass. Might be kind of cool. What else? There's some different things sticking out from behind, I think. Chew, excuse me. Oh, goodness. And we can always add, we got to get started with something because got to start slapping some things down, guys. All right, so I'm going to stick with vintage photo, and I know this is not going to be the first thing we put down, but it was easy to grab, so I'm going to do that first. All right. I don't know how much sense this is going to make, but I don't know that we want it to. So this is a little bit of a stretch and a difficulty in going completely off what feels like logical. Is that a sticker? Oh my gosh, these are stickers. Wow, that's convenient. How did I not know that? Well, let's stick this one down first. Surprise. Timu surprise. Oh, they're good and sticky too. Doesn't even matter if it's straight or not. Does that mean this one's also a sticker? Oh, it surely does. I don't want this to go this way. Throw him here, or where's our house gonna be? Right there. Let's go here with this one. Oops. Probably helpful if I get my glue up where it's gonna be. I should be using a glue book, not this. There's a piece of paper I'm not going to use. Oops. I can't remember what direction we said it was going to go, so we're going to put it right there. All right, well, now that we're working in the background, and we have an idea of, uh-oh, did I lose? There's two of the girls. Oh, no, there's the other ones. We don't want to lose them. After all that decision time it took, forget it. We cannot lose those guys. This is working a little bit backwards for me. Typically when I do a collage, I start with completely with the background. And get all of that to how I like it first, and then I pick a focal point. So this is a nice challenge to do it this way. That should go up in that area, I believe. So we're kind of doing that now that we know that this is going to go here. We can start. We'll do the other one more my normal way. I'm so tickled that these are stickers. I want that one up here, I think. Let's see, I'm going to put that there. We could, no, because we want to make sure that we're able to see those guys very well. Maybe this should just go here. Just do that. We'll be filling in, we can fill in with any number of things. Come on. There we go. Do I want him to be one? No. I like rough edges. I don't like, well, it's gonna have to be a little crooked, I guess. Those are really sticky, guys. Okay. Let's see. This bird, I'm liking the idea of the bird, so I think we are going to go ahead and help him break free from his little friend a little bit. And I'm just going to cut it right here so that I can do it easier. Excuse me. Don't think, now that we don't have another bird sitting on this particular branch, we can cut that out and just have our little bird. We might not even want his feet on there. Nah, let's get rid of them feet. They look funky. He'll just be sitting. We could even put him in a nest, or her, whatever. Either or. I think we even have a nest. Shall we look? We can look. Let's see, did I put, I believe, oops, I believe that the nest is in here. And we'll take a quick search, and if it's not, then no, I thought this was the other one. Okay, nope, this is not the home of the nest. The other one is the home of the nest. This one. Now, if there ends up not being a nest, I'm gonna feel like a big dope. I swear there was a nest in here. Well, I might have been a big fat liar. Yep, surely am. Okay, well, I guess we don't have a nest. All right, well, we're gonna scratch that. I could probably find one somewhere, but it's not that super important to me. Let's see. Okay, so we've got some semblance of order there. Let's do this before I spill glue all over my desk. Which would make me sad. Oh my God, you guys, flies. This spring, the flies, oh, driving me crazy. Okay. So, we've got our girls, we've got this, we've got that. What do, oh, we said we were going to use some of these. Oh, the other thing that I had, I just saw it. It's the little booklet of the vellum, and they've got really goofy, weird things in it, and I know we can find something. I got it out so that I could look through it and we could pick something cool, and now I have no idea where I set it. I probably put something else on top of it, or didn't get it out, but I thought I did. There it is. Goodness. Okay. So this little goofy vellum stuff, I think we should use something from here. Do we want... There's some birds. There is... What is that? I don't know. That's really super wacky. That's kind of cool. Use that. And what else do we want? I feel like we should have one on each side. Here, this. Or this. See, that's awful yellow. We got a little yellow there. How about this one? This thing's weird, and it looks like they're dancing. I have no idea what it says. Oh, it looks like a wedding. Okay. Let's use this one on this side, and we'll use this on this side. We need to make it stand out more. We could put it down there, or we could just put it on some white. We could just put it over a white piece of paper. No. No. Let's go back to just thinking about these guys. So we've got these folks. Might be overthinking it a little too much. Let's go now into this and see if there are any. I knew we wanted to use some of these, so let's see if there's anything that feels like it makes sense or no sense, nonsense. What about just some random little butterflies and flowers? Stamps. Here, that's our handful to choose from. Otherwise, we're going to be here all day. I don't like the black one. I do like these little flowers. Oh, something like that. What else did we pick in here? All the dark butterflies that I said I don't like. On this page, anyway. More flowers. I could go over there. Put some more mushrooms. Kind of like these mushrooms here and these on this side. What else do we got here? This might get us. I don't even know if we need these flowers. If we put them underneath. No. Let's not. I do like this up there though. It looks almost like a moon. Okay. A moon up there. It's gonna sit just behind where the house house. Well, maybe. Yeah, okay. And this can go up top somewhere. Let's go ahead and put the house down. I don't think that we need a label or anything behind the house. I think we're okay without that. Let's get our house down. The good thing is the other side's not going to take as long because we've got half of that figured out already. More than half. Don't worry. More than half. Alright. House is going to go right there. Let's go ahead and just hold that down. It's a pretty big piece, so I want to make sure that all the edges are laying flat and we're not going to have any issues there. Okay. I'm not going to ink these ladies. Be dancing in the front yard. These ladies are also dancing in the front yard. Up a little higher, perhaps? Yes. We don't want them in a row. Oh, we don't want them upside down either. Okay. That would add a whole nother element to our story, wouldn't it? Oh, that's up higher. Okay. Yeah, I like that. It's bizarro, but hey, it's what we're doing, right? Okay. I don't think that the journal's going to need a whole ton of stuff like this where it's like full-on collage, but I think we need at least a couple in there. I don't know. I've never made a journal like this before. Seems to me like it would be good to have a couple. Okay. So, we got a bird. Got this. Got these, and I think let's put this here and this kind of on top. And bird. Maybe, let's see. Maybe he's sitting on a label. Maybe we don't need a label. There's a little specimen. That would be cute. Put that right there. Kind of blends in, doesn't it? Okay. Start with what we've got, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right. Ink this up. We'll tie in our 2 pages nicely, I think. Looks relatively straight. Like that should be there. Even though it's almost dead center, I still think it just needs to be there. I don't know why. Let's ink up our birdie. I love the purple. Definitely needed this guy. No, I don't know why I keep trying to put something there. I don't think it necessarily needs it. But I must think something goes there. Because I won't stop trying to put it. Go light on this glue, but I'll make sure I get it all the way to the edge. All right, and there we go. Oh. I don't know that I wanted his tail over that far, but that's where it's at, so that's where it's staying. Could put that over his tail. We can't put it under it, or we could go, how about right there? Yeah, let's do it that way. Okay, now, so for this, I'm only gonna put a little row on the top, and I'm gonna let the rest be loose, I think. Just enough, and then I'm going to use this to cover that glue, because this glue, oh, and it's, oh, there, we got it. Okay. With the vellum, it gives a little bit of extra play time. Lucky, because that wasn't straight. Then this guy is going to go right here. All right, I think that will be a cute focal point. Okay. So, one of the things I did say, though, is that we wanted to do some hardware. So let's see what we should do with that. We'll get that back out in a minute, but before we do, let's make some space. Where are, oh, here, duh. Here are the brads. Let's do small brads. I'm thinking in all four corners. Now we could go stars. Don't use these very often, but they are cute. Go with little stars. Maybe? All right, why am I having a hard time here? Because why wouldn't I? Either stars or these. Or we could go big. Let's go with those. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go bigger. We got lots of those. Get these out of the way. And the stars. Now, we're gonna go with these, and we're just gonna pick our color. I don't like the bright gold for this. So we're either gonna go with this gunmetal. That blends in too much. All right, there we go. We're gonna go with these. We just needed to get our brain started down the pathway, and then it would take us the rest of the way. Sometimes it's slow going with this brain of ours. Okay. Now, these are rather large. I'm thinking we might be okay to use. Will that go through? I don't think so. Well, here, we're going to try it on here. Let's not mess with what we've already done. Let's see if that will be sufficient. Can we hold that okay without it? Yeah, no matter what, it's not going to show. Okay, the head's big enough. First thing we need to do is we need to cut these into the two pieces. So I am going to very carefully cut the smallest amount. Maybe too carefully off the side. Are we completely loose? No, I missed a little. I was too precious with it, I guess. Okay, so what I wanted to do was get rid of that fold from the oh, why can't I think, guys? From the seriously, this guy, this thing, board, scoreboard for the win. Okay, now back to business. Let's see, how shall we line this up? We can go, I'm trying to see if what's our best bet. We're just gonna eyeball it, but I want it a little farther away than that. But not that quite that far. Is that where I had it before? Yes, for the love of God. Let's go one down. Come on, guys. I always have such issue with this thing. I'm sure there's a certain way you're supposed to push it that I don't do correctly. Okay, yeah, that'll be good. And we'll just kind of go, try to do it generally in the same spot in all four. To nope, that's okay. Thought we were gonna have a long leg problem, but we're okay. Just had to do it just a little bit off center. It's even almost fine on center. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. Very close. Okay. We just have to get it just so. I think that's gonna look cool once we get that put in there. Okay, same thing on here. Eyeball it, it was right there. Do, oops, hi birdies. It's easiest on this side because I can use that as a guide, but I could do about the same here, I think. Right. we're worried about them moving, we can always put a little piece of tape on there before we glue it down. Yes, I am pleased with this. I was gonna say, are we gonna round the corners? And I think we can say we're not. Because we got all our goodies in there. We ain't messing with it now, guys. We'll just ink around the edges and we'll put a piece of tape on the back. Put some little pieces of tape on there. What do we got close by? Anything close by that we don't particularly care for? It's not that I don't care for it, but it's close. So this is what's going on there. Just enough to keep it from moving while we're gluing. That's really all we need. But to not stick out the front. It's not a necessity, but I think if we don't, we're going to be fighting it and it's going to be really irritating. And that is not how we want to end our little session tonight, by getting all annoyed at things. So far things have been going pretty all right. Oops. All right, so that guy will be ready. Oh, there's our rogue flowers that we decided nobody cared for at the moment. I don't know how necessary this is, but it seems with them this loose that it's a good idea. That's too long, I can see that. We'll rip it and do it that way. There. And nothing's gonna be going in behind this, so we don't have to worry about like anything getting stuck on the legs or anything. This is just to keep them still. Still enough that we can glue. All right, almost there, almost there. This is gonna look pretty cool. It's not super over, you know, it's not overdone. I don't think, I guess in my opinion. It doesn't feel too overdone, but it'll be something that adds some interest. You know, it's another location to showcase, seems like a weird word for it, but just to, you know, add more art. I'll say that. Add more of our art. Okay, now, oh my gosh, what a mess. Okay, let me get a couple of these things out of the way. So we have room to even bring our book over. Okay, and we said where? Let's see, we put something in there. It was right here. So I am gonna take off this so that it's laying relatively flat. And I'm gonna grab a couple of these. We're only gluing it to one page, so the fact that these other pages don't line up, that's okay. Because we're just putting it on this one. I do want it to lay relatively flat though, so that we can push it. Put some pressure on it. How about if we try to use this underneath this side for the moment? How's that? Is that helpful? No, it's too much. All right. So nope. I still like it this way. Okay, I'm going to use the words as my guide here. Maybe I don't want that hooked down. And maybe we want that all the way to the edge. All right, we're going to use this so we can see. That is much easier to look at, to see. And so I think I want to start with that, and then we'll add the last bit of glue over here, because it is going to be relatively tight, or we could do it like that. Okay, let's just get going. Let's just get going. See if we can. Just gonna do that in the middle. And we're going to do a decent amount of this around the edge. And if we have any spots that pull up, we can add more. There. I almost set it down upside down. That would be something, wouldn't it? All right, so we said use the lines a little. Apparently not exactly. All right, that's where it's gonna go, guys, because it's not gonna come up. And we aren't gonna rip the whole thing, just for the teeniest fraction. We can put lace on the edge or something if we don't like. All right, so push that. Okay, it is pulling just a little bit, tiniest bit of curl. I think we can take care of that. Get it to lay flat now. Excuse me. All right, let's get the other side. And again, we'll put this under so we can see what we're doing. And we'll push it back in farther once we get there. Oh, here's the glue stick. Scooch it over just a touch. I don't know why I feel the need to work quick on this, but I do. I just need to work quick after we lay it down, not before. Forcing me to not work quick. Oh, don't put it on upside down. All right, so let's try our best to get it relatively lined up with the other side. There. A little extra glue down there. These down. Since this is closer to the front of the book, it's not right in the middle. This is pushing down a lot easier on this side. That's going to drive me nuts. We're going to take care of that right now with something. Oh, we forgot to put this little guy on the other side. I guess he's going to live right there and hold that down. I really like the hardware. I need to use that more often because I really enjoy how that looks. I think it's very cool and gives a lot of interest. I'm working down here kind of towards the bottom. Sorry about that. We're just going to go right there. That's going to hold that in place. And then we are going to close up our glue and call this finished. All right, let's see if we can get a slightly closer look. I think that this is going to add a nice, just a little bit of fun. So thank you for hanging out with me today, working in our Oddities journal, and I hope you guys all have a great night, a good Monday morning, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye.